Hey guys, Steve here, Smack Grill and Camp. Just wanted to go over something really quick here with anybody that's got these buddy heaters. Now, I just spent literally probably about a good 3.5 to 4 hours to try to get this thing going. And what I actually had to do was I had to go through, undo, if you open up the back here, I had to undo all of this, take all the screws out of it, take off the pipes that are inside of here, and I had to blow them all out. Now, I did the trick with the alcohol, and there's a lot of people out there that are talking about that you take an alcohol swab, or you take a Q-tip with rubbing alcohol and you kind of swab down inside of there. I did that probably about 10 or 15 times and it did not work, and the pilot light wouldn't stay on. So I literally disassembled this entire thing on the back side of it, got down inside of every one of them tubes down inside of there, disconnected those, and you have to be careful with those inside of there, but I disconnected all of those in there, blew it out with brake cleaner. I actually have my little compressor right here that I hooked up into my kitchen. I've been literally doing this in my kitchen, but been trying to even get this going as well too. But I went through all the alcohol swabs and everything else, took everything apart, took the cage off of it, took everything completely off the whole front of it. As you can tell, I'm a little upset, but it is finally working after I did that. Now, when you do it, coming back over here and putting it onto the pilot now stays on. There's also, I found out that inside the bottom one here, there's actually like a little brass fitting, and it looks like it's got kind of a screen on it, and it's hard to blow the air through it and everything, but if you hit it with the brake cleaner, I actually did it over my sink, but I did it with the brake cleaner and I cleaned that out pretty well. It's a very, very fine screen that's in there. That probably could have been my whole reason as to why the pilot light wouldn't stay on. Like, the pilot light would come on, but when you let go, it would shut off. And it kept doing that, kept doing that, kept doing that. Now, I ran it all day today, and I had no issues with it. And I came home, I filled up my tanks, I put another tank on here, and then it started doing that. I don't know if it got too cold and maybe got some water up inside of it, or numerous things could have happened. Maybe some of the propane oil or something like that. I've been hearing a lot of, like propane oil can get down inside of there. That's kind of why I used the brake clean to try to break that up. But that little brass fitting that was down there, like, all the pipes were actually really good inside of there. They blew out. I didn't have to take it completely apart. I just kind of like turned the dial. And then when I hit the primer, I was able to shoot air through, because it goes through kind of like a switcher on the inside of here. And all the pipes all the gas lines that are in there go through this switch. So when you hit the primer on there, it releases the gas through the primer hose, and vice versa, going through, checking all of them inside of there, and then blowing air through each one of them with the brake cleaner and cleaning it out. But I think once I actually did this down here with the little brass fitting that's down there just before the gas line, when I took that off and cleaned that out, I hit it with the brake cleaner, hit it with the air, and also used alcohol down inside of there as well too. And once I put it all back together, it finally worked. I blew a bunch of stuff out of the bottom. I mean, there's like you know, little flakes and stuff like that all over my table. But I think that was kind of like down inside of here just from being outside and everything. But wow, what a pain in the butt. So I mean, if you got these things and you're having the issues with them, go through and maybe just take this off. I mean, when you pull the bottom off, you can actually get to this. On my unit, mine's the Buddy Flex, but some of the other Buddy heaters, I've heard that if you just kind of clean, you know, the little thing up in the front with some rubbing alcohol, usually that works because there is a little fine screen down inside of there. And sometimes it won't work, or the pilot won't stay on. But I feel with mine, and I've looked all over line and I could not find a video, and that's another reason why I'm doing this video, is because when I cleaned out that down there from the bottom and blew out the hose and cleaned out that little brass fitting that's underneath all of this, separately pulled that out, put it in my sink, cleaned it out, blew it out, ran some brake cleaner through there, cleaned it out with rubbing alcohol, put it all back together, and once I got everything back together, it worked. So if you guys are having these issues out there or anything like that, let me know down in the comments, and hopefully I can try to help you. But that's what I did with mine, so hopefully it helps you if you guys ever have this issue with the Buddy Flex heaters. I'm actually going to try to see if I can't get my flex cooker working, because you need the pilot on the Buddy Flex. This pilot has to be on right here for the cooker to be able to work. So I'm actually going to try that next and see if that works. All right, stick that over there. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this or not. Kind of clean up a little bit here. Set this over here. Let's see if I can get my cooker working now that I got this working. So with these Buddy Flex units, you have to open up the side. And on the side over here, you guys can see that there is actually a port that's right there that your quick connect plugs into. It's kind of weird that you have to kind of turn it around though, but once you get that to click up inside of there, up on the top here, just trying to move you up a little bit. You have to put it to primer, and then once you prime it, that primer should stay on, which it is now. Awesome. And then I believe you come over here and you click this to, I think you have to put this one to accessory in the primer. Stays on. And then I think you come over here and you push this and you click this. Oh, look at that. And it's working. Let's not put that up underneath my microwave and burn my microwave. But there we go. So we got it working. Sorry about all the wobbliness. I'm trying to do this with my cell phone. There we go. I got it to work. That's on high. That's on low. And the pilot is on. There you go. Sweet. It's working. Beautiful. Like I said, if you guys ever have this issue or anything else, I mean, that's how I fixed mine. I spent literally a couple hours doing it, really not knowing and searching all over the internet. Couldn't really find any decent videos on it. Better turn that off. But I couldn't find any decent videos on it. I mean, everything I found, everybody was just saying, oh, go down the inside of there and clean out with the alcohol and, you know, stick it down inside the tube and everything else, and everything worked perfectly fine. But I found one guy that disassembled everything, and that's what he did, was cleaned everything out, cleaned that little filter thing out of there, but it was on a different type of a buddy heater. And once he did that, he actually got a bunch of like oils and stuff like that out of it. So I figured, why not? What the heck? I'll try it anyway. And it worked. So I don't know. That's what I did, and it worked. Awesome. So let me know down in the comments if you ever have this happen. Thanks, guys.